Well, hello there, guys. We're here to check out this last week's top skins as usual. And for anyone who's new, these are the skins that are in the running for this week for being accepted. Not all of these skins will be accepted. Only 8 ever get in on the week. So these are just potential skins. So let's jump into it. Right here, we've got a new contester in the cosplay sets. And it is not from Milo. It is actually this cool little pig set, or the Big Pig by Firefly. And starting out in the front, you got kind of like these paddings, which are, you know, the various kind of like soft spots of the pig. The pig skin is kind of like a camo, which is kind of cool. And then you've got this little, like, what, dog tag kind of chain necklace thing going on, and it looks like a pig snout. So that's pretty funny. Back here, of course, you've got the pig on the hoodie to go with it, and a squiggly tail down on the pants. So definitely hilarious and really well done. Next, we've got something even more fluffier, I would say here, and it's the teddy bear hoodie. Yes, teddy bear hoodie. And yeah, it's got this pink teddy bear thing going on, and don't know why the crotch has been replaced. That's a little creepy. But it looks like it has like a little cape on the back. And then you've got this teddy bear thing. It kind of looks like the one bear from Toy Story. It's kind of close. I don't know, but it's not too close. And then you've got a butt flap back here with a giant buttons and a included tail. So, hey, there you go. Definitely a lot of creativity going into these kinds of sets. Next, we've got something a little more on the flip side with the Renegade Set, and this is a hoodie and pants set. Now, this one, I'm not 100% sure, may break the rule of don't make things look like what they're not, as in this might just look too armored to be hoodie and pants for Helk's taste. I'm not sure, but one way or another, this is a really badass looking set, so I wanted to be sure to show it to you guys. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't really look like any of the armor in-game, so I don't see how it could be mistaken for any of the in-game armor, but I could see how a new person might think this person has armor on them. But I don't think that really ever stops people. I don't know how many times I've been attacked in full kit with, you know, rock. So I don't think it really stops people. One way or another, definitely a very epic looking set. Next, we've got something more tactical for you. This is the Aquamarine Set by Teddy, and yeah, this has got this really cool kind of, you know, marine camo going on here. It's got a bit of a digital camo mixed with, you know, a standard camo look, so that's kind of a cool mash up. And then it has some various kind of little padding and so forth to kind of give it that really tactical look to it. On the back, you can see it continues along. Get a better look there. Got some nice zippers and pouches and stuff going on as well. Very nice tactical look to the whole set altogether. Next, we've got another hoodie and pants set for you, and this is the Stellar Set by Ideal. And as you can see here, it kind of looks like a chalkboard with all sorts of like, well, interstellar little drawings on it. There's meteors and planets and rocket ships and so forth. All sorts of that going on, as you can see. We'll kind of circle around. There's even, like, you know, the the scales of time floating around. Some constellations, shooting stars. Got all sorts of different things going on here. Definitely a very cool set. I could see a lot of people digging. Moving on, we've got a continuation and a remake for you of the bombing set. We've got the bombing Roadsign gloves, and as you can see, they fit the set as you would expect. And then on the knuckle plates, it says boom, which is quite cool. And then over here it says raid, which is, it just fits really nicely. I think they were done really well. You got the little anarchy symbol there and the crown on that thumb. And then the boots, like I said, got redone. They have these really mean teeth at the front of them. And you got like this little kind of like knife kind of on each side of there. And then the big old anarchy symbols on each side with the crowns on the back at the heels with that little explanation sign. So yeah, very cool. I think this is a really nice redo and a great design for the gloves. So very cool. Next, we've got another set of Roadsign gloves for you, and these are the No Mercy ones. Of course, if these make them in, they'll be a top seller, since this is one of the top selling sets. It has that clean-cut look that you've always expected. That mean skull right there, some nice white knuckles to go along with it. Over here, you've got that kind of like carbon fiber look over the thumb, which is quite cool. And, of course, the other side matches right along with it. There's even some kind of like, tape and nails or like sheet metal nail pieces going on. It has a kind of scrappy look, but definitely clean. Next, we've got the Monument Memories set here with the Roadsign version, and you've got like a little bit of everything from the set going on. There's that recycler, and you've got the lighthouse, the heli, the air balloon, of course a water tower, and the dome. Over here we've got, it looks like rocket sight. Yep, rocket sight if that arm moves just properly, and the APC. On this side you've got the APC and what looks like nuke, and then up here we've got the dome again and the water tower and cargo. On the back there's a rocket and a cargo ship there. And on the top of the helmet, you've got kind of like this grindery looking teeth. It really does look kind of like the grinder's blades, and I think that's a cool effect for sure. Next up, we've got a cool Roadsign set for you. It is a continuation in the porcelain set by Vase, and each one of these has a beautiful little story or design on it. And so starting with the helmet here, you've got a guy in coffee can and Roadsign. And, so this back-to-back kind of pattern, and I think it makes a really cool design on the face, which is quite neat. If you take a look at the top here, you've got a nice, beautiful pattern. And the shoulders have a coffee can guy right there. Then you've got another one down here. This shoulder has pattern. The back has patterns. Same thing with the lower part of the kilt. And this side of the kilt. And then if we come over here, around to the front, you've got a big old heart on the chest, and then the same kind of guys hanging out here in their Roadsign set, sneaking around. Definitely some really cool designs. Next up, we've got two high-qual sets for you, starting with this one. This is Moon's Whiteout set. And yeah, the whole thing is basically looks like someone just painted an entire armor set white. And there had to be something else going on, so we've got some dripping X's on here. You can also see that the straps themselves kind of look like they're made out of like buckles and kind of makeshift material. Not quite as nice as like the leather straps. It kind of adds like a ragtag feel to it, kind of like it really pieced together. You can see there's some subtle designs to the face mask and chest, but for the most part it's going real simple. And if you look, there's like this little bit of stitching here that almost looks like barbed wire around the head. I like how the stitching kind of stands out that way with it. And then on the back here, we've got a little bit more designs. You can see there's a whiteout symbol now and big old X. So there it is. And lastly, we have this beautifully sculpted set for you. This is the C set. And, well, you can probably see why, because it's all made out of this beautiful kind of like gold mermaid kind of vibe, merman, King Triton vibe. You got, there's even a Triton right there. And then there's like these shells and everything. It's just a really cool aquatic vibe going on with this one. You can see more shells up in the back, some clam shells up there on the shoulders, and some up and around the back of the head. And then the face mask is like one carved kind of shell that has a very kind of grumpy, almost Squid Cthulhu kind of vibe going on with the shape of the shell, which I thought was really creatively done. And then the whole thing all together just has this very cool kind of, shimmering effect to it. Just, whole thing just screams Royal Undersea. Alright, jumping into deployables, we've got two furnaces for you, starting with this one right here. This is the wooden furnace. I'm not really sure if wood is a good way to make your furnace, but it does look like there's some stone and clay and so forth in there, and the wood is just, put to the outside. And it kind of has this little rainbowy kind of color to it, but also has, those earth tone pieces in there, which makes it kind of not quite rainbow, you know, just kind of colorful, pastel-y maybe, I would say. Definitely a very cool little effect to that right there. Then over here we've got another very creative, I lost my tones there, creative furnace for you. This is the Rustamia? Rustamia, you get it? Kind of like a pizzeria. And so yeah, you see that there, and the whole thing looks like a pizza oven, and you got even a little door down here on it. There's a piece of little, you know, pizza graffitied on the side, a big old window. Just a very, very creative design to this. And there we can go ahead and take a look at them lit during the day. Of course, at night is really when you want to take a look at them. Still cool to see it during the day, though. Moving on, we've got a box in the continuation of everyone's favorite space set right now, the Lost Souls set. There's a glowing and a non-glowing version. Of course, I'll be showing the glow here at the end, but we don't know if Hulk will choose the glow or not, so, you know, keep that in mind. Make sure you check before you buy it, if it does make it in. And yeah, it's got everything you would expect. It's got that rocket and our big old space ghost going on here. Then on the sides it says Cobalt Space Center. And there you have it. Moving on, we've got a new box set that is labeled, but it's labeled in a very different way. It is labeled with neon glow. A lot of people really want labeled glowing boxes, so maybe this might be the one that Hulk Flying likes. We'll just have to see. But this is the neon set, or sorry, classic neon set by Duck. So we've got the scrap box here is number one, and on top you can see that there's a big old scrap kind of like riveted in there, and it's all like made of scrap pieces. It says scrap there, it says scrap, oh look at that label on the side. How amazing would that be? And then along the side, you can just see the whole scrappy wooden box kind of poking through. Then over here, the next one is boom. So you got boom on the sides. There you go. Same thing, all sheet metal and wood mixed together. It has a very scrappy look that, you know, fits rust quite nicely. And then you can see there's big old like metal painted C4 riveted to the top there with the boom neon across it. Very cool. Moving on, we've got a couple vending machines for you. This first one is a water vending machine for you, or the Aqua vending machine. And yeah, it's pretty much all set up. It's got that little H2O on the door. And look, it even has drone parking. I like that right there. Open 24/7. There's like a bottle dispenser looking door right there, right? Maybe for you to return bottles for discount kind of thing. Hey, you know, it's then on the side here you've got, you know, bubbles and stuff. It basically just kind of looks like one of those water machine drop-offs, if you've ever seen one outside the convenience store kind of thing, which I think is really well done. Then over here we've got a slot machine one. So of course this one is made up to all go with the new slot machines that were added. You've got all the little symbols down here and everything, and it's all together just a really creative look. And of course this one shines quite nicely at night. Of course both of them do. And you got that little jackpot down here. On the sides it's got kind of just like a fade to it really, nothing too fancy. And then of course everyone likes to see the back of these. So if we come and cruise back here, you can see there's kind of like just kind of like the power alarm, so forth kind of thing going on, kind of more of an industrial look. And then back here you kind of have a safe door with some like Vegas-y lights around it, which I think fit this quite nicely. Next we've got a couple doors, well a door, well literally a couple doors for you. First one here is a sheet metal door, and this is just hilariously awesome. This is the art gallery door, and there is a glowing and non-glowing version, so we'll show that glow here shortly. And yeah, you've just got this Rust character here with this like a holy scene, but they're, you know, surrounded by guns like a gun lord or something. It's just hilarious. It fits Rust, and it's just perfect. And then next over here we've got a garage door, and it is a redo of the Ice Cream garage door. This is version 2. You can see there's a lot of kind of subtle differences. The art has changed. The roller itself looks much, much better. There's more detail to it. You can tell there's much more sculpting been done. It's not just like flat surfaces and so forth. And I think those details really do make quite a nice difference with it. But I think you guys are all dying to see the glow here, so let's go ahead and hit the lights and come back. All right, let's check out those furnaces here. So this one, again, doesn't have any special kind of like emissive spots or anything. Just kind of the normal glow in the front, nothing on the top. Then over here, you can check out everything and extra little windows and glowing going on here. Definitely quite nice. Then we've got the glow on the Lost Souls box. And then we've got these guys here. So there's that side shot, front, and top. And same thing side. And top. There we go. I like how the C4 is pretty subtle. You know, same thing with the scrap. Then we got the glow over here for these two. And then we'll pop on through the back. There that is. And then, lastly, we've got the glow on this one right here. You just gotta love it. It is a piece of work of art. A piece of work of art? It is a work of art. There we go. Alright, let's get a step onto the deployables and weapons, because we've got quite a few this week. So, starting off, you might say, wait, where's the hatchet first? That's because the hatchet has been in game for quite a while. This is the Volcanic stone pickaxe finally. So for all the people waiting for that to maybe be a complete set, well, here's the other part of it. So now we just have to hope Hulk maybe likes it as well. So hey, there that is. Next, we've got another tool set for you, and this one looks like something took quite a bite out of them. And these, well, that's pretty much the name here. It is the Death Bite set by Cirque. And yeah, well, there you go. I mean, there's claw marks and bite marks. I don't know. These must have been found on a corpse, is all I have to say. And then here you go. There's that matching pickaxe to complete the set. And there's a bite taken out of the end there. Much smaller bite. Almost looks human-shaped. I wonder on that one. And then there's like a stray nail even sticking out. And I'm not sure if that's red paint or blood. But judging from the bites and all the other stuff, I'm going to probably lean towards blood a little more. Next, we've got a jackhammer for you. This one is quite cool looking. It's made up to look like the, well, as its name says, the super syringe. Of course, themed after the medical syringe. There's a glowing and a non-glowing version, so we'll show you the glow here at the end, as always. And yeah, it's definitely got a really cool look to it. It's all beat up. Definitely something that fits into the rusty world. Next, we've got a bow for you. This one has a very kind of clean and nice carved style to it with some very kind of calming colors. It's the only way I can say it. They're just very nice neutral colors. There's blues and kind of like a peachy brown going on. It's definitely a nice looking bow. And, well, I haven't even told you the name. It is the Sunstone bow. So there you go. Even the name itself sounds calming. And that's the jackhammer we just saw. Okay, there we go. Crossbow. Next up for you, this one has a nice clean kind of military look, and it is the Elite Equipment crossbow to make sense there. So as you can see, you've got some kind of like, I would call it like a hazard, but instead of yellow, you've got green going on, and then you've got more of kind of like a camo vibe coming from it, and then a very kind of nice, clean metal cut to it there. Go ahead and pop a reload. Definitely a very nice military-esque design crossbow. Oh. Next up, we've got another crossbow for you, and this one has a glowing and a non-glowing version as well. This is the Demon Hunter crossbow by Igor. And yeah, it just has all this kind of like crazy design with this glow leaking out of it. And right where you place the arrow just has this like glowing path. Even the bowstring looks like it's glowing on fire. And then the front part here, this metal almost looks like it's made out of the horns or forged out of the iron of some kind of demonic creature. So I guess, well, as a demon hunter, that would make sense, right? Go ahead and take a look at it a little bit longer there. There you have it. Next, we've got a water pipe for you. We don't see these too often, and this is actually a really awesome looking skin. This is the Radiologic Water Pipe Shotgun by Vitalik. And yeah, it's just got this really cool vibe to it. You can even see it says radioactive there, and it does have a bit of a low glow to it, which you can see, it's kind of like the stuff at the tip there. We'll go ahead and show you that at the end as always. Go ahead and fire it off and pop a reload for you. Everyone likes to see that. And there you go. Next, we've got a Python for you, and this one is very rusty and just kind of fits right into that kind of warrior style. There's a little arrow that says kill. There you go, see, kill, that direction, towards the teeth, towards the bullet, end of the barrel. There you go. It just says shut up on that side, and yeah, it's just, the whole thing is really got this cool vibe. And then look, right there in between the fingers, there's a little smiley face. See it? Aiming down the sights here, there's some bones crossed over, but no skull, so just crossbones, I guess. Go ahead and take a few shots there, and pop a reload. Next, we've got another Python for you, completely on the other side of the spectrum. This one has a more futuristic look, and quite a disco flavor to it. And of course, that is why it is called the Disco Python. And yeah, you can see it has all those rainbow colors going on. The whole thing kind of has a disco ball vibe to it. Even has a sound equalizer there on the side. Aiming down the sights, you've got even more disco going on for you. There we go. Pop a reload. And there you have it. Next, we've got a sap for you, and this one is on the happiest bunny side, pretty much. And well, it is called the bunny sap. When you aim down the sights here, you've got kind of a cool little design and a little bunny down there at the bottom judging you. And on the side, you got some same little bunnies that they don't look really quite happy or anything. There's even one right there on the top. There it is. And he's got like a little lightning bolt above him and some paw prints on the front. Definitely cool. Has a little color fade. I can see a lot of people loving this right now. Then, last in this group, we've got one of the few stars for you this week, and this one has that same kind of rainbow vibe going on. This is the Childish Star by Taylor. Aiming down the sights here, you've got a variety of color going on, and a happy little sun design. You've got all sorts of stuff going on. Clouds and rainbow colors, and some kind of weird squished happy face on that bolt. It's all sorts of just rainbow-tastic. Speaking of rainbow-tastic, we've got the Rainbow Slime SAR for you. If you like the AK, well, here's the SAR. It's got that same rainbow drip going on, and the whole thing just looks very sleek and fresh. Aiming down the sights there, you've got that slime dripping down on you, and a kind of almost... I don't know, I feel like there's a slight blue tint to that dark steel tip to the iron sight there. Next, we've got a couple Tommies for you, starting out with this one. It has a cool little graffiti vibe. This is the Vandal Graffiti Thompson by Positive. And yeah, it's got all these crazy little graffiti critters all over the side. Top of it has kind of like a web design on it, and you can see there's some spiders making that web there on the side of it as well. Aiming down the sights, you've got this like caterpillar that's enjoying something, and another web right above, or right below the iron sight there. Pop off a few shots so we can do a reload, and there you go. Definitely a cool and creative, fun little Thompson. Next, we've got a Thompson that's quite different. This one screams royalty and awesomeness, and, you know, rich, and chatty. So, hey, there you go. You got all of that going on. And it's just all sorts of gold. Aiming down the sights here, what have you got? More freshness and gold. With gold sights, gold sights on gold sights. So, you know, we heard you like some gold, right? If you get that reference, then you're probably around my age. Anyways, there you have it. Next, we've got a really fresh looking MP5 for you. This one has a very clean military look to it. The whole thing just looks like it came fresh out of a factory, fresh paint job and everything. I think I said fresh too many times there. One way or another, it has a couple of customizations, like there is that dog tag literally just like riveted into there, and it says born to die. Aiming down the sights, you've got a red but not glowing sight to help you focus on those domes that you want to take out. Go ahead and pop a reload on it, and there you have it. Definitely a very awesome MP5, the Combat Shock MP5. And next we've got AKs, starting with the Symbiote AK. This has been a pretty popular set, and I can see this one doing quite well. And you can tell that the quality has also been increasing over time with these as well. It's always nice to see a new artist grow, so that's something you always want to encourage. It has everything you've seen from the previous sets, that slime kind of going on around with it. We'll go ahead and pop a reload there. And, of course, everyone always asks, wait, why don't you show the glow on it? This does not actually glow, because I don't think you want a gun to glow that much in game anyways. Last in this group, we've got a very cool looking AK for you. This is, I believe, the third iteration of the Wingman AK, and this thing is just really epic looking. It's got that fresh look, but on a worn and torn body. You've got that very nice painted wing on the side and a variety of different colors, and it's just all beat up. When you aim down the sights here, you've got kind of an aqua colored sights with some iron tips there and a little kind of heart scribbled in there for you. Definitely a AK I could see a lot of people liking if it made it into the store. Next, we've got another AK for you, and this is the Outlaw AR by Keck. And yeah, that's been a set that was on hold for a while. This is something that may make a return. It was very popular back when, and I could see the remake being just as popular here. You can see it's been updated with more kind of like scribbles and so forth. There's all sorts of little sayings there. You see Outlaw is actually scribbled on the side as well. And the more you look at it, the more you kind of find going on. Aiming down the sides, you got this angry kind of like monster face, 1745 written right there. And yeah, really cool looking sight with that white tip. I think it's really neat with the kind of like orange on brown on white right there. And there we go. Next, we've got another Rainbowy Gun for you, and this is just a crazy looking AK. It's got all sorts of things going on, and honestly, the whole thing reminds me of Pink Floyd. I just can't help but feel that going on, especially with that dripping triangle over there and all the rainbow colors. So it's definitely got a very sick looking effect for sure. Aiming down the sights here, you've got like this exploding kind of like vent, and then you've got a red and white and kind of it's like a greenish color, honestly, sight going on right there. We'll pop a reload, and there we go. Definitely a cool AK. Then, speaking of cool AKs, we've got some really sick looking art for you. Look at this one. This is the Keeper of the Deep by Splatter Sponge, and this is just a really sick art. Look at that. I like how the rest of his tentacles go down onto the clip there. Aiming down the sights, you'll see you've got a carved little octopus and some variety of color to the sight there. When you reload, you just stick his fins back in, which is quite cool as well. Definitely a really cool piece of art. Oh, yeah, that is it. Okay, moving on, we've got an M39, and it's been a while since we've seen any kind of skin contesters for this. And we've got this really cool effect going on right here. It's got this kind of like galaxy kind of like vibe, and it is called the Aqua Print M39. Now, the only thing I do wish that when you aim down the sights, there was a little more kind of going on. There's a bit of the aqua print on the ring, but not too much else going on. But I don't know, maybe that's kind of the simplicity of it. Definitely cool to see some people working on M39 skins again. Next, we've got a Bolty for you, and it is a continuation in the Tempered Set. So if you don't know what the Tempered Set is, well, as you move around, the colors will change on you depending on how the sun is just sitting and hitting it. There we go. I can't really talk. And this is just a beautiful redesign. It says tempered on there. Kind of has this very kind of clean industrial look to it now. And yeah, it's just absolutely beautiful. Aiming down the sights here, you can really kind of see the color change much nicer as we do a little circle there. We'll go ahead and pop a reload as well. Definitely a great continuation in the Tempered Set. Oop. Then we've got an LR for you, and this is part of a new set. This is the Sapphire Set by FaZe. And yeah, well, you've got this crazy sapphire blue with a very industrial looking AK to it. And it has a bit of a shimmer, but it's not like a color change or anything like the tempered like that. It's quite different from it in that aspect, but it has that same kind of vibe going on. Very clean cut, shimmery kind of vibe going on, which is quite cool. There we go. Pop a reload for you there. And then we only have one last LR, so I'm just going to sneak in here and we're going to swap it out. Boom. There we go. And there we go. Is it going to load? It's not going to load. Oh, there we go. And so this is going to be a little confusing, but this is the whiteout LR. Not the same set as the whiteout one. This is Madrose's whiteout set. And yeah, this is of course made by Madrose, who made the blackout set. So it has the same kind of thing going on. You can see there's various shades of grays and whites kind of going on. And then you've got these random bright red going on, which is really cool for the sight there. And then you've got that big old 3 right there and a few other little details as well. Go ahead and pop a reload right there. And that'll do it, guys. And wow, hello, sudden hot air balloon. Gotta love that. That was different. Well, guys, anyways, sound off down in the comments section below which ones you're hoping will make it in the most, and we'll go ahead and finish off the video showing you some of the glow on a few of the glowy weapons here. Thanks for watching as always, stay rusty, and have a great time.